More and more cordless vacuums are popping up these days from tool companies all over the place, which leads me to think about the following questions. Is a cordless vacuum as good as a corded one? How long will the cordless vacuum cleaner run while I'm cleaning? How does it clean? Will it be quiet and easy to use? And should I buy it, right? I think if you had all those answers, we could make some good decisions. Well, we took a look at the Milwaukee M18 FUEL 3-in-1 backpack vacuum. They call it 3-in-1 because there are 3 ways to carry it. It has a removable backpack type harness that goes over your shoulders, a handle, and an integrated hook. The vacuum is a dry vacuum, not wet dry. And basically you wear it as a backpack and it easily transforms with the click of a button. The whole harness just clicks right off, and you can either carry it with a carry handle or hang it from scaffolding, ladders, or whatever. And there's a strap that actually holds it on there really tight. There's a crevice tool and a dust extraction adapter that I'll talk about a little bit later. It all stores on the backpack harness. It weighs about 15.3 pounds as a bare tool. You add 2.5 pounds with the 9 amp hour battery, and you add 3.5 pounds with a 12 amp hour battery. Easily carried on your back. That's how I primarily used it. It's easily maneuverable when you're wearing it. One learning point though, when you're wearing it as a backpack, you've got to be spatially cognizant of it sticking out behind you. You know, when you turn, you might hit, the protruding canister might hit things like casework, trim work, walls, things like that. So you do need to be careful because it sticks out about, 12 inches or so from your back. Fit and finish of this vacuum is excellent. There is a wand that easily expands from 25 to 40 inches. You can push this little collet forward or backward. There's a really smartly designed pivoting hinge that protects the hose where it comes out of the housing, the vacuum housing. And we felt that this pivot hinge was not only functional, but it was crucial when you're using this vacuum, maybe on a personnel lift or moving around the hose with the vacuum on the floor or stationary. The vacuum itself is durable. There's an accordion style hose. It stretches from 18 inches to almost 6 feet. Most hoses are unwieldy and they don't bend nicely, and they don't usually retract nicely either. And kinks are the major failure of vacuum hoses over time. This hose was designed to avoid that. Really nice accordion memory. The vacuum itself works off a cyclonic technology. And one thing we noticed about this vacuum was the number of rubber seals that all the components around the debris canister and filter section have. And these seals are the secret sauce of allow the vacuum basically to maintain that cyclonic action and suction efficiency. Let's face it, leaks and losing seal are the biggest killers to CFM and vacuum efficiency. Runtime. You can expect 25 minutes on high and 40 minutes on low on a 9 amp hour battery. And if you slap a 12 amp hour battery pack, you'll get 35 minutes on high, 55 minutes on low. We measured the decibels on this bad boy, and we wanted to compare it to the Milwaukee stats. And I soon realized that we probably didn't measure them in the same places, but Milwaukee measured 76 decibels. We got 74. We measured up at ear level wearing it. We also had the filter attached, and the filter had been used. But decibels are not the only story. When designing this vacuum, Milwaukee looked at frequency of the vacuum noise. And this is evident when you listen to this vacuum run. It is smooth. It does not annoy you when you hear it, and it's great for occupied spaces. When I was cleaning, I found myself using the bungee cord storage on the harness, on the backpack harness, and I kept the crevice tool right there. Really liked that. There are some small nuances on this thing that you might miss if you don't look closely or don't read the directions like I don't. There's a small clip, a little hole on the backpack belt, and that's designed for the hose to clip in. And the expanding wand actually indexes just above the power switch and into a clip. Really nice detail, smartly designed, compact onboard storage. High-low switch, easily accessible from your left hand behind your back, which lends itself to most users being right-handed and holding the wand in their dominant hand. So once again, they're building towards the masses here. This vacuum is compatible with all the M18 batteries. You do need to remove the battery pack to change the battery, at least I do. I'm not that ambidextrous. With it uses a HEPA filter. It is a 99.97% efficient up to 3.3 microns. This thing will handle drywall dust, concrete dust, wood, metal shavings. And we noted the vacuum suction was okay, not great. And what I mean by that is the vacuum will not pick up large chunks of drywall, chunks of wood, or small 1¼ inch drywall screws. Most dust extractors won't. I will note that this was probably the most powerful and certainly quietest cordless vacuums I've ever used or tested. It's got 75 CFMs, 76 inches of water lift, and 159 air watts. We measured 72 inches of water lift, and we recorded it at the end of the hose with the filter in the unit. I'd equate this vacuum to be on par with a 6-gallon shop vac. Not one of those big, rigid 12 gallons or something. This is more suited or better suited for small cleanups, not demo work, obviously. And guys, while not a true dust extractor, because there's no filter cleaning mechanism, this vacuum could be very useful for supplemental small dust extractor drilling type applications, collecting dust at the source. The vacuum does come with a silica specific attachment adapter, and it's also has some objective data compliant, so OSHA Table 1 specific applications for duration. And I list it in the article on Toolbox Buzz. So the big question is, how well does it clean? Well, we used the vacuum on a large build remodel that we're working on. And we tested it on all types of surfaces. So we looked at concrete, we vacuumed concrete, we vacuumed Advantech subfloor, brand new oak floors that were installed, old oak floors, tile, and carpet. And we cleaned up stuff like drywall dust, thin set crumbs, concrete dust, wood shavings, sand, dried mud, and other junk that was in the job site. It did a good job at medium to small size debris. Swapping between the floor sweep and the crevice tool was easy and intuitive. The floor sweep attachment actually has an integrated rubber squeegee in it. And I found that when I pushed or pulled into large amounts of sawdust, and you'll see this in the video, backwards or forward, it left a little bit of a pile behind. And this necessitated me just basically having to go over the pile. I think the rubber sweep is there obviously to keep the suction intact, but it also sometimes drags stuff. So you just need to be aware of that. You might need to make 1 or 2 more sweeps over the pile to catch everything. Once I figured this out, I just adjusted for it and kept moving. Didn't slow me down at all. Milwaukee did optimize the floor sweep design by raising the housing 2 to 3 millimeters inward near those wheels. And that was done to give better clearance to prevent like a log jam for sawdust and other debris to enter into the hose orifice. This vacuum has been optimized for hard surfaces, so it works best on hard surfaces and maybe tight weave carpets. We tested on some carpet, it worked okay, it does drag. The vacuum canister is clear and allows full visibility to the user, and it's a 1 gallon capacity, and it features a really easy to empty bagless design. And what I mean by that is the debris bin can be emptied in a matter of seconds. You just hold it over the trash barrel, press the button, and boom, the lid just opens up and empties. I feel there are 3 major pluses to a bagless design for something like this small vacuum. It's cheap. You don't have to spend a lot of money on purchasing replacement bags. You've got that visibility of the clear canister on the exterior, which lets you know exactly what you're picking up, and maybe it could be handy for looking for accidental things that you might have sucked up, accidental objects that might have been sucked up. You can see them and get them. And then lastly, it's easy to maintain. You can see when the canister is full and when you need to empty it. The only negative that I have with a bagless design like this is that you will often need to tap off, vacuum, or replace eventually your HEPA filter more often. Let's talk about improvements. I'd love to see Milwaukee improve suction. It's good, it's not great, and it's a cordless tool, and that's what's expected. Milwaukee also offers a 9-foot hose accessory, and I feel that if you're going to be using this thing on a lift, staging, or ladder, or an MRO type cart, and you're going to be walking away and vacuuming, you absolutely need that 9-foot hose. Additionally, they don't include a brush attachment, and I think they should. I use the brush attachment a lot of times on the finish end of a job, baseboards, radiators, windows, trim, fins, intricate non-flooring surfaces. And lastly, while it has nothing to do with this backpack vacuum unit, I'd love to see Milwaukee think about maybe a pack-out style vacuum similar to this. All right, let's talk about price. The 3-in-1 backpack vacuum sells as a bare tool for $299 and kitted for $449. The kit comes with a 9 amp hour battery and a rapid charger. If you're thinking about replacement HEPA filters, and you should because that's part of maintenance, you're going to spend $25 for a HEPA filter replacement, and if you get that 9-foot hose, it's $35 as an accessory. So the question is, would I buy this vacuum? And the answer is yes. It's super versatile, convenient, quiet, and easy to empty and use. Most importantly, the performance is really decent for an 18-volt vacuum. Overall, guys, while not as powerful as a corded vacuum, cutting the cord is hugely convenient and useful to us on the job site. It's especially useful for doing quick spot cleans wherever you need it. Really convenient. Not being tethered to that cord means cleaning takes less time. It's way easy to use on stairs. And guys, look, face it, today's job sites are cutting the cord, and this vacuum is just one more tool in your cordless bag of tricks. I'm Rob Robillard. I hope you enjoyed the tool review. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you at the next review. Take care.